Mr. Topcis Master, fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. My job these next 5 minutes is to give some feedback to those 8 speakers and to Phoebus. A really interesting and powerful topic. Thanks for picking that, Phoebus. I hope you've got plenty of tips to get you going. Shortcuts, it's all good, it's all good, it's all very helpful. I thought the topic was interesting and useful. My one recommendation, I think I needed a bit more projection, a bit more vocal variety when you're introducing that actual topic, because it's hard to hear some of them. But certainly it kept us and those 8 engaged. Let's look at the 8 speakers. Anjana, her children falling over, cutting themselves. What did Anjana do? Entertaining, engaging, vocal for variety. Interestingly for Anjana, she also sometimes had some quiet moments. Rare moments, but we did see. What I really liked was the powerful stories and the fun and the funniness. What I don't believe, I think she will still go and put a plaster on the children. Right now. My one recommendation is Phoebus asked for tips. He didn't get any. He didn't, apart from be dramatic. A joy to hear. Thank you, Anjana. Peter on his Space Invaders. Like, who can imagine a little 12-year-old Peter Parker in the corner fiddling around with his little Space Invader? I'm sure we can all see that. What Peter did really well is he responded to type. We know Peter's going to give us a serious, engaging answer based in research, based in all of his passion and all of that, and we got that. He also did give tips. He gave some very clear recommendations. Peter was doing, as a recommendation, a little bit of what I call the crucifix walk. One forward, one backwards, one to one side, one to the other side. It's a little bit distracting. Hold a presence, move with purpose. Julia on sharing. Well, goodness me, that's a challenge, getting our kids to share. What I really liked about what Julia did was that she was serious and she was fun. And she was engaging and she told stories, and we learnt the names of her children and we saw this story, something that happened today, so it was very, very appetite. A little bit of erming and a bit of hand clasping in one pocket, presumably there's a Space Invaders machine in there. But let's just notice how much Julia has already changed in these few months. You know, it's really great, wonderful to see. Fourth speaker, Mark. I think Mark hasn't been on stage very many times, so it's great to see you coming and giving a talk. What I liked about Mark was his humour. I like the fact that we all have a favourite child, obviously, close to yours, actually. A bit of playing, a bit of seriousness, some definite advice. There was a bit of hand clasping, a bit of erming, and for some reason looking quite a lot just at Phoebus, probably sympathy, I would have thought. But it certainly felt like a good clear topic. Ramon. Thanks for coming on the stage. First time. What I liked about Ramon was he played with us with the wine and the children and the wine and the children, and he did give us 2 topics, 2 little mini topics. His vocal variety is good, the humour is good, the self-deprecation about the halloumi thing. Hopefully, Costa was laughing there. One recommendation would be, there was just a bit of standing to this side, pointing to this direction. But for a first time, really good to see. Thank you, well done. We'd love to see you back here more. Joe. Doing your dad proud. What I liked about what Jo did when she taught, she did what we call a callback, which Penny talked about earlier on. She referenced back to the Space Invaders and the use of internet, saying, well, we can't do that. She gave good ideas, good examples, good information, good ways that Phoebus can think about entertaining his children through those long days that go on. Recommendation, there was a bit of erming, a bit of hand clasping. But mostly, actually, the voice is really strong and really powerful, and I'd love to hear some more of that. I'd love to hear Joe speaking some more. Chris, shock, thought you were quite safe behind the lights, but then suddenly, boom, he's on the stage. What I like about Chris is his presence. Strong, solid, upright, clear, confident. Confident in both the way he's speaking, but also in what he's saying. And that's powerful, that's really helpful. He was definitely clear about how he helps his teams and how he advises his kids, and I think Phoebus will hear this advice that, yeah, better do that. Chris has said it, Chris has spoken. Chris gave himself his own recommendation, which is enjoy the time. Go for 1.5 minutes, go for a couple of minutes. You probably have more to say, didn't you? Yeah. And finally, Matt, first time on stage. What I really liked about what Matt did is that he gave interesting information. He gave sensible advice, he considered it. He really thought about, actually, how can we get some time? Because this is not a very easy thing to do. And it worked really well. He spoke directly to Phoebus, but he gave eye contact to all of the audience. Sometimes tall people can use their height to be intimidating by standing big chested, or sometimes they can use their height to be inclusive by slightly coming down, bending their knees. As not a very tall person, I appreciated the way that Matt brought himself down a little bit. Thank you for that. Recommendation, come back. Please, do what you said before break, come and join. And I'd find the same to all of our other guests. So, an interesting and entertaining topic. Those of you who've got kids, hopefully you've picked up some good ideas. Those of you who haven't got kids, hopefully it hasn't put you off. And let me hand you back to the toast master.